going on, dudes and dudettes? So the Duke men's basketball team was able to get a victory earlier on this last week against Cal, 78-57. Not really a contest for the California team, the new ACC team as well. So we'll see if Duke ends up playing up there in Berkeley over the next couple years, and I might sneak my way up there to support my Duke Blue Devils. But then they also played again this last Saturday, the other day, and they got that victory 106-70 versus the other new ACC team from California in Stanford. Kaman Maluwatch definitely stepped up the other freshman with 17 points, 6 rebounds, 1 block, and 8 of 9 shooting from the field. And yeah, he had a pretty bad game. And that last one against Clemson kind of helped Clemson get that victory because they didn't have another big guy in there to stop them from penetrating. And then also, he didn't put up any points too, if I'm not mistaken, in that game. So definitely a nice bounce back game for him, and nice couple of victories here over this last week. So hopefully they can gain some more momentum heading into that another big time rivalry matchup against North Carolina, probably coming up this week. And I know as you're watching this Monday, they play again against Virginia. So yeah, 3 games in the span of like five days. So yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. But hopefully they'll get the rest of the week to rest up to go play at Chapel Hill in North Carolina. So looking forward to that. And then the Duke football team did get another commitment from Dane Bathurst. I believe he is an edge defensive player from the state of Florida. I don't think they have like any star rankings or anything like that for him, so he most likely does not have a bunch of offers. It's kind of weird, like if you get more offers, even if you're not putting up that much stats and stuff, people are just looking at you, you know, your measurables, you're over 6 foot, over a certain amount of weight and all that stuff, a certain athleticism, then they kind of just bump up your average. But either way, this could be a diamond in the rough for Manny Diaz and his defensive staff. So yeah, hopefully he's a nice player on their roster in the next couple of years. And for the Chargers, there's a bit of rumors going around, obviously with T. Higgins, who is a pending free agent from the Bengals. Looks like he supposedly has some mutual interest in joining the Chargers. I'm not really high on him joining the Chargers, especially at his price tag that he's projected to get out there by some places that are projecting. I hope if he does end up signing with the Chargers, it is a little bit less than that, so they have more money to spread around to try to get some more better players on the roster. But you're kind of wasting that much money on a guy who really has not been healthy throughout his first handful of seasons in the NFL. Then I don't think they should really do it. They should probably just trade for DK Metcalf, and yeah, you might give him a high second round draft pick this year, but you still get a guy who's been pretty healthy throughout his career and a freak of nature too when it comes to playing the wide receiver position. But that's just my opinion when it comes to a free agent wide receiver. And then also Joey Bosa looks like he's in a rumor mill that obviously the Chargers are looking to maybe cap casualty him, so cut him, and they could end up saving around $25 million. You've heard me say that before. But also they say that the 49ers could be a good match for him because one of the defensive coaches on there, Gus Bradley, was one of the defensive coordinators he's had in his career at the Chargers, and he probably had some of his best statistical years with that guy being his coach. So it's pretty much a match made in heaven when it comes to that, because he's also getting to play with his younger brother Nick Bosa. But like I said, I kind of want, speaking of a free agent wide receiver, kind of in that vein, where as long as when it comes to a trade, I was kind of hoping that they could get off their books of Joey Bosa's contract if they try to pick up Deebo Samuel's contract, who's with the 49ers, who they have granted him the ability to go out and seek a trade with the team, which there hasn't been any word that he's found any suitors. But I mean, they kind of just swap stars, and hopefully Deebo ends up making less money so they could save some money too when it comes to the free agent market when they're trying to sign some players, the Chargers that is. So hoping that's the case and the trade is legal. I don't know exactly how the numbers match up and all that stuff, or how much cap room the 49ers have, because I think they have to pay Brock Purdy too, which is going to be a pretty big contract, because they just paid Brandon Ayuk, their other wide receiver who got hurt. So we'll see how that ends up happening. And then this ex-Duke player Kyle Filipowski had a new career high, of course, against the Lakers right before the All-Star break. Had 20 points, 10 rebounds, and made 3-pointers. Pretty cool. It's his third career double-double also so far in his early career with Utah. So yeah, congrats to him. Sucked it came against a blowout victory against my Lakers, which is why I did not talk about it last week. But either way, congrats to the ex-Duke Blue Devil. And then Dalton Connect was named to the Rising Stars Challenge. It's during the All-Star break. It's where like the top rookie and second-year players end up playing against each other. And he was able to get selected as a rookie, which is pretty cool. He went through in like 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, which was nice. And I believe his team advanced to like play this last Sunday against some of the All-Star teams. Now it's like split up into 4 or something like that. And I guess the winner of that team advanced to play on Sunday against the main All-Star. So that was pretty cool. I still have not seen the highlights as of this second, but looking forward to seeing how he ended up doing. Even LeBron James ended up not playing in that game, which kind of sucked, even though it is like somewhat of an injury, some type of ankle discomfort. But didn't give up his spot on the All-Star roster, which could have went to somebody else to be able to play who was healthy. But either way, I guess that's what LeBron's going to do. Now, when it comes to recruiting for the the bracketology that came out for the seedings when it comes to the basketball tournament on the men's side, Duke is apparently a 1 seed, and they are the 3rd ranked 1 seed, which is pretty interesting. Obviously, they beat a couple of those teams here and there around the 1 and 2 seed, so I think as of right this second, they are placed pretty nicely, but hopefully they could get a little bit up there when it comes to the higher seeding and get to play wherever they prefer. When it comes to the football side, yes, Chandler Rivers, once again, PFF put out a 2024 PFF College 101 at the top cornerback rankings, and he was number 5 on that list, which is really awesome out of all of college football. And ESPN put out a way too early All-America rankings, and they have Chandler Rivers on there as a second teamer. So yeah, that's pretty great. Like I said, I don't know why this guy did not end up going to the draft, but I'll take him on that team, and hopefully he could be one of their top leaders going into next season for Duke football. The women's basketball team ended up getting a victory too last week, 72-47 over Wake Forest, which was great. The Duke softball team had a couple nice games. They ended up beating Boston College 9-1. They beat, I believe, their Binghamton 4-0. They beat Providence 10-2, and then they beat the number 2 team in the nation, Florida, 8-1. So yeah, that's a big time victory for the Duke Blue Devil women. I forget what they call it, but either way, congrats to that softball team on getting a big-time victory this early in the season. Hopefully, there'll be some good fortune for them going towards the rest of the season coming up. And to finish this Duke video off with some of the more Olympic sports, you have Philip Moore winning first place for the men's shot put at 17.83 meters. I don't know what meters is to feet because I'm American. He also got first place for Lauren Tolbert on the women's 500 meters at 1:10:49, which is a new school record, so congrats to her. She also got first place with Iris Downs on the women's 1,000 meter at 2:46.26, and then another first place with Braylon Baker on the women's 200 meter at 23.64. There's also a big congratulations to Maggie Graham on being named the 2024 Women's Soccer ACC Scholar Athlete of the Year, in addition to 16 other Duke soccer players getting named to the All-ACC All-Academic team, which is pretty cool. I think they had an average like 3.7 GPA, and then also the ACC Scholar Athlete of the Year for, I believe it's field hockey on the women's side. Her name is Elena McVeigh, won that award, so congrats to her. And then the Duke women's lacrosse team ended up getting their first victory of the season against HPU. I don't know what that school is, but they got that victory, 17-6. So yeah, congrats to all those ladies. Yes, a couple more sports that I don't normally talk about, but that's why I throw them at the end of these videos, so I can at least get the news out there for people that want to hear it. Yes, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Let's go, Duke.